All right, let's fire this thing up, shall we? It is Sunday night. Welcome to episode 244. How you guys doing tonight? Looks like I see you all checking in. Hildy's here. Alice is here. Jan, Margie, Dina, Joni. Let's see. I always forget to turn the volume down. Every second. Always forget that part. Corey says, finally caught a live show. Yes, you did. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gloria says, excited for another awesome episode. Karen's here. Glenda's here over on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Twitter just sent out the alert. So we are rocking, ready to go. Susan says, sorry about the Bears. Amy's here. Diane is here. Hello. Lee's checking in. Michelle says, hi, Mike. Hello, Michelle. Jessica's hello from Los Angeles. Good to see you. Very good. I need to get back out there, you know? That was too much fun. Henry from Sherville checking in. Very cool. Barbara Myers from Atlanta. I took a 7-mile walk with you today. Thank you. I needed to get out, so I appreciate you taking me along. Very nice. Westport, Mass checks in with Jody. Marcia's here. Cheryl is here. Let's see. Bev is here. Wendy's checking in. I saw that. Very nice. Who else did I miss? Georgine, I got you. Rebecca, Missy, Dina, Connie is here. Let's see. Bev, I got you, I think. Joanne from New Jersey just walked in. Jacob, good evening. Delilah. And then Lori's here. Casey, Chrissy. All kinds of fun folks. Keith. Sorry. Keith, you confused me. Said hi from A and K and NY. I'm like, I thought you were like, all of a sudden, my brain switched. I'm like, did he go to Alaska and I missed it? So, got it. Hello, Alice. Good evening to you. Sharon checks in from Seattle. You'll recognize that name in a little bit. Let's see. I saw Connie says I'm going to take down Christmas decorations while we do this. So, fair enough. Ours, regrettably, are still up. And at this rate, they will probably be up till February. Just the way it's going to be. We'll get to that later. Rockford, Illinois, Coletta checks in. Kathy is here. Anna saying hello to Marcia. Let's see. Twitter is just blowing up. I like it, but Twitter is good. So episode 244. I think that's fun. Betty checks in from Idaho. Very nice. Very nice. Gail is here. Lee says, and walking in place while watching TV. Keith said, nice new countdown graphic. So I know a lot of you guys get confused. So here's what I throw this screen up here at the beginning of the show. I do this so that it takes me a good second to get the microphones plugged in, get all the live stream set up. And unfortunately, the way the new system is, I have to go live first. So I do this. It gives me 3 to 5 minutes to get everything configured. And then we roll into this screen. So while that other screen is on, there is no audio. So I saw Dina, you asked about, hey, there's no audio. I keep trying to move the clock so that you guys can see it, but the whole point is that it just gives me a chance. If you're watching the replay and you haven't figured it out by now, just fast forward until the clock gets to 0 till you get to this screen, and then we will rock and roll. Whew, very fun. Alice says mine are going to be up for a while as well. Yeah, you know, it's just that time of year. Fort Walton Beach checks in with Vanessa. Very good to see you. Dee is here. Let's see. Joanne said, I was going to take down the tree today, but it looks so pretty, even with my pile of needles. So our tree is fake, so we can stay up till, you know, we can keep it all year round, really. Maybe I'll just hang a sheet over it, and then we'll unveil it as it gets closer to December next year. It'll save us a lot of time. I'm not sure if Janine would agree to that or not. But we'll see. Let's see. Let's see what else we got going on. Mandy's checks in. Very nice. Kitty is here. Good evening to you. Lacey checks in from Ohio. Awesome. Dina says, why is my heart pounding like I'm going to be on TV? Dina, I don't know. Maybe it's because your name is right there. Right there, right? Maybe that's why. So Dina's up, then Sharon, and then I don't know if I saw Jeff yet pop in, but I certainly saw Dina and Sharon pop in. So they're both here. And then Jeff's coming up. So this is episode 243. We're going to, sorry, 244. Correction. So yeah, Dina, maybe that's why your heart's pounding. I don't know. Relax. It's just your whole life story shared with about 10,000 people. Big deal, you know? Heather says, my parents did that. Covered the tree, never took the direct decorations off. I'm down for that. Now that I know that it's socially acceptable, I'm in. Totally in. Foodie Mother Runner, first time ever caught live. Good evening to you. Welcome. Episode 244. So here's the format for those of you who are new. We hang out for, 5, 10, 15 minutes or so. We just chat. Nothing more than just hanging out, seeing what's going on. And then in about 10 minutes, I'll throw on some headphones. I'll drink some water. I'll record the podcast. I'll pull the microphone down. We'll talk, blah, blah, blah. And then after the show, we'll hang out again. So if you've never caught a live show, that's what's fun. We hang out for 15, 20 minutes ahead of time, 15, 20 minutes after the show, just to build a community. It's way more fun with people you know. So that's what we're doing. So did my slide say? Oh my goodness, how did I do that? Why would I go through all this trouble and then spell everything wrong? That's no fun. That's what I get for trying to do everything myself. It happens, I guess, but there. How's that? More better? Whew. Every once in a while, a little bit of luck, but yeah. So Kathy says, I was reading the emails when you went live. I read Dina's. Wow, right? Totally cool. Joanne says, I like the earlier start time. I do too. Like I said the other day, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to stick with it, honestly. But Dina says, I didn't even notice. I didn't either. So we're even. But now I got it fixed. I keep using the wrong finger. Fixed. Right there. Fixed. Look at that. Boom. Fixed. And then Sharon and Jeff. So that's the deal. So anything else going on that I missed? I think Keith says, I need help to produce a show. Dude, I totally need a producer. We're at the point now where this is a lot more work than I ever anticipated. Still doing it mostly myself. I could truly use someone sitting right there going, take 2, turn on to turn screen 3, take 4, camera 4, camera 5, something like that. Man, I really need some of that. Georgine says, don't we ring the bell for the new person? I forgot. If you're new, this is the new bell ring. That is strictly for you. Georgine, thanks for reminding me. Very fun. Amy checks in from Connecticut. Very good to see you. Susan says, I'm happy today. I'm doing really good. I'm really pumped. I'm really motivated. I worked all day or half a day today, and then I came home a little early. Wasn't feeling well in the middle of the day today. Really took a little bit of a nap in the middle of the day, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe I got my midday nap in. I got about an hour sleep between 2 and 4. I don't know, somewhere in that time frame. Anyway, it feels good. I think it's a recommend. It's, as we get, when we're younger, right, we don't ever want to take naps. As we get older, we certainly want to take naps. Karen and Evelyn popped in. You guys are rock stars for sure. So our Tuesday meeting is just. Last Tuesday was New Year's. The Tuesday before that was Christmas. So I can't wait to see my meeting folks on Tuesday night. I'm excited about that. I'm really excited to get back into that swing of things and get back into the group and just see all the amazing success the group has continued to have. And I don't share anything, but the 2 folks watching, if you want to share, I will certainly verbalize it after you type it of how awesome you're doing. But I don't share any of that unless you certainly ask. So, but anyway, so that meeting continues to do awesome. Jessica says, I did yoga for the first time today, and it was awesome. 2019 is happening. Boy, that's a cool little, that's a cool motto. I want to use that. 2019 is happening. It's happening. We're doing this, right, Jessica? We're doing this. 2019 is happening whether you want it to or not. We're going to make it happen properly. So Karen says, yeah, checked in the other workshops. Doesn't feel the same. Doesn't feel like home. I know. They're all good, but this is way more fun. Way more fun. LaDonna is checking in. Good evening to you. Heather is saying hi to Diane. Gotcha. And then Bev says hi to Amy. Amy says hi to Bev. Cool. Anyway, that's the dealio here. Let's get ahead and get this thing going, shall we? Sandy's here. Good evening to you. Alice says hi to Heather. Got it. All right. Episode 244. Are you ready for that? Like I said earlier, you probably saw the graphic, but just for those of you who didn't, what we're going to do is Dina is coming up first out of French Lick, and then Sharon out of Seattle. Jeff out of Stevensville. I think that's a typo as well. I think it's Stevensville, Texas. Let's see if that's... I don't even know if that's supposed to be Stevensville or Stevensville. I can't... The producer probably got it all wrong. No, it's Stephenville. There is no S, so it's Stephenville. Very cool. All right, so that's the deal. So that's what's coming up. First three episodes, 3 emails here. Glenda says nope, no extra S. So thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. It looks awkward, right? Stephenville. Anyway, cool. So episode 244. Timeout. This right here. This is how the show gets recorded on this little guy right here. So I plug this in right here, and I plug that in, and then I turn that guy on. Make sure the battery's still alive. That's always the good part. Battery's good. All right. So are we ready for? You got your water ready? Cheers, right? That's we always start the show with a drink of water. So for those of you who are brand new, that's the deal. We get a glass of water, get that ready. We talked about last night working on a way to do a water graphic. I haven't really figured anything out yet, but so far this is what I come up with. So let's do episode 244. Let's get this in. Get your water ready. Let's get after it. Heather says water, rye, same thing, right? Yeah, water, no hops, no barley. No, just water. Yeah, and it's this is this kind of show. No hops, no barley, no distilling, 100% pure tap water. Right? That's how it works. So anyway, cool. Let's go ahead and get this done. Cheers. Oh, that didn't sound good. I don't like it when it doesn't sound good. So, cheers. Boy, was that yummy. Woo! Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, very good. So, we got to get the record button, says Karen. I got to make sure I get that. Headphones in. Bum, bum, bum. I had to wet the whistle a little bit. Got that ready. Got testing, test. Hello. Man, well, I don't know why the threshold for this is so touchy. Testing 1 2 test. There we go. Cool. All right. Glug. Yeah. All right, it's recording. Thanks for all of you. Again, for those of you who are new catching up, I have a habit of forgetting to record the show. Not a good habit to get into, but every once in a while I forget to press that record button, and when we do, the show sounds like this. But so now that you guys have told me to press record, you'll actually get some audio. Amy's asking if she's asking Karen if you're on Twitter. I think that's what you're asking. I'm only streaming right now to Facebook and YouTube. Those are the 2 streams right now. What's interesting, the other night, and I'm going to try this again soon, the system CPU is maxed out at 42% currently. Everything's going smooth on my end, and that was with 2 streams. When we added the 3rd stream a couple days ago, it just absolutely killed my computer. So what I've been doing now is rebooting the computer just before a show to clean everything out and getting this done. So, all right, cool. Episode 244. Here we go. Dina, I get nervous too. This is, I tell you, I don't know if you guys, but This part right here, always, even though we've been live now for, I don't know how long we've been live for. Is there a clock somewhere? I can't tell on my thing. Oh, 18 minutes. We've been live for 18 minutes, and I always get to this point where I'm like, and I'm already recording, and I'm like, okay, this is the point where it's like, all right, we got Dina coming up first. Here we go. I am your host, FatDag. You're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to episode number 244 of WhysAdvice. Always good to hang out with you guys. For those of you joining us live on YouTube and or Facebook, welcome. For the rest of you catching it on the replay and the podcast, truly appreciate your support as always as well. Keep up the amazing work. Keep doing what you're doing. I hope your 2019 is going well. I think Jessica kind of gave me the new term that I want to start using. It's like 2019 is happening. That's right. 2019 is happening. We are doing this. So Jessica, thanks for those words of inspiration. I think that will carry on, and we'll just kind of use that as our little battle cry, right? 2019 is happening. I'm deliberately making this happen. It's happening exactly how I want it to happen. That's what being deliberate means, if you caught that from episode 243. So here we go with opening up the show. The first email, Dina out of French Lick, Indiana. She's joining us live on Facebook. She said, and this is a great story, I got to tell you that real quick side note. On the live show, folks have been able to access the script ahead of time, and so they said to me, hey, I've already read Dina's email, and it already has me in tears, and it hasn't even hit the air yet. So here we go. Get your tissues ready. Says, hey, FatDag, I've been thinking for months that I needed to take time to send you an email, so here goes. My mom and I joined WW for the final time November 1st, 2016. I was reluctant to take another stab at losing weight since all of my previous efforts left me feeling discouraged and disappointed in myself. I would do really good for a while, but easily get derailed if I messed up and then just give up completely. I'd never made it a lifestyle change, only a temporary change. I was 48 years old and 310 pounds. I had chronic heel, knee, and back pain. I couldn't walk upstairs anymore without great effort. I was in my 40s, but feeling more like my 80s. My mom was so worried about my health and kept after me to join WW with her, and we could do this together. I honestly don't know why this time was different, but I'm so thankful that it was. The night we joined, I remember leaving my meeting and feeling mad at the changes in the program from when I had done it years earlier. I think it was the Points Plus plan. Foods higher in sugar and low in nutrition took a big hit with the Smart Points. And lots of foods I remember eating often on the previous plan went up a lot in points on the new Smart Points plan. I told my mom that I'd give it a week and see if I could even stick to it. My first weigh-in had me down 6.8 pounds, and I'd never have looked back. It didn't take me long to fall in love with the program. At the start of 2017, I had lost 25 pounds, and I began adding exercise into my life. I was determined to get a minimum of 10,000 steps a day via Fitbit, and I didn't miss a day. I determined to get some sort of exercise daily, and I managed to keep that goal 362 days out of 365. I began using Leslie Sanson's DVD and walking off the pounds and loving them. I was focused and completely dialed in. Keep in mind, this was all before I discovered you, the WhysWingman group, etc. This was actually even before I discovered Connect. I did all this with the sheer determination and support of my local WW group and friends and family. at my 1-year joining anniversary. I was down 105 pounds. On January 9th, 2018, I reached the goal weight set for me by my doctor. The number he set for me was about 30 pounds higher than the goal weight that WW recommends. My doctor told me that he wanted me to reach the weight that took me out of the obese range and into the overweight range. He recommended me to reach that weight and maintain it for 6 months before losing more. Well, I agreed to this and submitted his recommendation to my leader. Shortly after making Lifetime in February 2018, I discovered you, FatDag. I can't remember if someone told me about you or if I saw you on Connect, or needless to say, my journey took on a whole new dimension. I downloaded your WhysAdvice app and started listening to you from the very first episode. I started looking at my journey with new light. I was no longer satisfied to stay at a higher than a normal goal weight. I started learning about the complacency trap and about how goal is a feeling and not just a number. Could I really say I wanted to stay at 196 pounds? You always talk about goal as stepping on the scale for the last time in a weight loss mode. I decided to push on, and I continued to slowly lose weight. On my home scale, I am now in a healthy BMI range for the first time ever. I have 8 pounds to lose to earn that 150-pound charm at WW, and that is my personal goal. I've already lost half of my body weight, and I not only look so much better, I feel amazing. I am healthy. I am strong. I am determined to stay here, and I am so proud that I've done this. My whole life, I was morbidly obese, and most of my adult life, I was between 300 and 315 pounds. I look like a whole different person, but most important to me, I feel like a completely different person. I am happy. I no longer hide from events, from pictures, from life. I am living life and not hiding from it. If I could go back and change anything, I would go back and do this much sooner. I wasted a lot of years and I regret that so much. I wish I had cared about my health when my kids were young. I would do so many things different if I could, but it really drives me to be the best me that I can be each and every day. I wasted so much of my life, and I don't intend to waste another day. I know this has been lengthy, but I just have so much in my heart that's pouring out. I can't thank you enough for all that you do for this community, Mike. The podcast, the live show, the WhysWingman Facebook group, all of these mean so much to me to help me keep my why close and to keep my focus dialed in. I know that I will eventually lose the 8 pounds left, but I'm honestly not in a hurry to do it. I am eating on plan, and I will get there when I get there. Because in my mind, I think I'm already there. Thank you so much for everything. Out of French Lick, Indiana, Dina. Dina! Oh, man. I remember when you and I had a chance to meet in person, and you were every bit as inspiring then as this email continues to chime in. So thank you for everything, right? Thank you for writing in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for proving to the world that this program works. Thank you for proving to the world that if you want this and you are willing to put in the effort to get there, you can do whatever you set your mind to. 1 year into your journey, 105 pounds down, coming up on a 150-pound weight loss. From an adult living 300 to 315 pounds overweight your entire life, and you finally said, I've had enough. I think it's interesting or fascinating in a way where when we get to this point where we say, I don't know why it was different this time. And so, I think what happened is you knew why. You again, like I said in last night's episode, you couldn't verbalize it. So clearly you knew why because that powered you through. And then as you wrote this email, I love how you ended it. You said, I'm sorry this went on so lengthy, but I just had so much in my heart that's pouring out. Folks, listen to that for just a second. So Dina started, not clearly knowing her why, started her journey, and then as I recommend, write down a story, get it out of your brain. As you start writing, it just pours out of your heart. Just ramble, just go with it. And when you get to the end, you go, oh, This must be my why. This must be the story that I've been meaning to tell completely. Now, all of your previous efforts, they all were not wasted time. So I know you have some regret as to when you did this, when you didn't do this, and I want to push that as far out of your thoughts as possible. The reality is you did it now, and you're living now. All of your previous attempts were the lessons in the training plan to get you to be successful at this point in your life. So congratulations on doing that. Congratulations on not getting easily derailed. You know, I get that, right? We get easily derailed. We mess up a little bit and we just say, you know what? Bah, forget it. That's not how this program works. This program is not linear. We call it lifetime for a reason, because for the rest of your life, you're going to be doing this. And so as we get to that point and you have the rest of your life to live, gone are the chronic heel pain. Gone is the chronic knee and back pain. Gone is the fact that you couldn't walk upstairs without great effort. Gone. I bet you don't feel like you're 80 anymore. I bet you don't even feel like you're close. So I'm thankful that this is different. I'm thankful that your mom finally wrapped her big old loving heart and arms around you and said, Dina, let's do this. And I'm glad that you listened. And I understand going into the meeting and coming out of there angry that the program changed. Angry that the foods that you were able to eat before suddenly cost you more on this plan. And what happened is that you wanted to eat the same way you'd always eaten and still have great results. The reality is we've got to make some adjustments. You clearly have made those adjustments. I'm very proud of you for doing this with the determination and the support of your local group and the friends and your family. That says a lot about your determination. That says a lot about your focus. That says a lot about your tenacity to make sure whatever goal you set, you're going to get it done. I can't help but believe that your 10,000 steps per day, 362 days out of 365 were a part of your success. That attendance goal we always talk about. You got there and you said, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to show up and I'm going to get something done. That certainly played into it. But I think more so that played into the mindset of you set a goal and you were very much determined to get it. That was your distraction, focusing on that. In the meantime, you didn't want to self-sabotage your eating habits, and that powered you down to this goal where you're at, losing half of your body weight. Being down to 150 pounds lost in the healthy BMI range. Say that out loud. Everyone listening right now, take 1 second and say, healthy BMI range. Boy, that's something to celebrate. A healthy BMI range. Dina, congratulations on that. I am so glad that you're living your life. You're not hiding from your events and the pictures in your life. You're actually out there getting it done. You're absolutely doing it. That's the piece that needs to be celebrated. So I don't think you're already there. I know you're already there. You are at goal. You are living goal. You are living healthy and happy, and you will be a part of this community for a long, long time. And we're honored that you joined us live tonight to chime in, and your family looks like they joined as well. So all of you, thank you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to her. You know the deal, those friends and family watching and listening in. She did this, but your support was instrumental in helping her get there. So thanks for writing in. Truly, truly an honor to have met you and to hang out with you. So keep up the amazing work. Out of Seattle, Washington, Sharon joins us as well. She's also on Facebook, joining us live. She says, Dear Mike, I've been following you and listening to your podcast since the first episode. I finally decided it was time to tell my story. It's been quite the journey, and I hope I can help just one person. I'm a 64-year-old lifetimer at goal. My mother died in 1979 on my 25th birthday after heart bypass surgery. She was overweight, smoked for many years, had coronary artery disease, so I wanted to get healthy, so I joined WW, reached goal and lifetime in 1980. I stayed at goal until 1983 when I became pregnant with my first son. I never went back to WW until 2002. My husband and I decided we were going to change our lifestyles. I followed the Points Plus plan on my own, but never went to a meeting. It took 9 months for me to lose 40 pounds. Once I was back at goal, I went back to WW and continued to weigh in monthly, but never stayed for a meeting. Fast forward to March 2012, my boss died March 30th. 2 weeks later, our beloved dog died. 2 months later, my father-in-law died. Then I became power of attorney for my dad who had dementia. I retired in October 2012, and my husband was going to retire in January of 2013. They convinced him to stay on for another year. On April 28th, my husband suffered cardiac arrest and died on May 1st. My world came crushing down. This wasn't how my retirement was supposed to be. We'd been married for 40 plus years and had such plans. Over the course of that year, I put on several pounds and was so unhappy with myself and my life. I decided I would go back to WW to get my weight back under control. It was the best thing I could have ever done. My Tuesday morning meetings were a saving grace for me and my therapy. That was 4.5 years ago, and I still attend the weekly workshops. It helped me through the deaths of my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my father. My why when I restarted in 2014 was I didn't want my kids to lose another parent and become orphans. They were devastated by their dad's premature death. Now my why has expanded to just feeling good physically and mentally. WW has given me the tools to handle all of these life-changing events. Listening to the letters you read on your podcast have helped me, even though I'm not in losing mode. I am stronger than I ever imagined I could be. Thank you for all that you do for the WhysWingman community. I can't wait to meet you when the international tour stops in Seattle. Sincerely, Sharon out of Seattle. Sharon, congratulations, 64 years old, lifetimer at goal. That's what awesome looks like. Congratulations to you. And you did this with some tremendous heartbreak in your journey. My heart, as I was reading this before the show, it took me a second to kind of piece it all together and said, "Oh my goodness, what a devastating journey!" And she persevered. What amazing courage and strength that shows. What an amazing role model you are for your children to show them that yes, life will throw us some crazy things, but you have an option when that happens. You can roll with it, you can move forward with it, or you can let it defeat you. You chose anything but defeat. You persevered. And that lesson right there, on top of all the other lessons you've taught them, that lesson is probably the singular most powerful lesson you can teach your children. You taught them how to persevere and how to turn one thing after another into great success. I'm proud of you for that. 64 years old, at lifetime, at goal still, just absolutely done the best possible work ever in amazing, extraordinary circumstances. I think what's cool is that you said that when you went back, you finally just decided. You decided, I'm going back, I'm going to get my life under control. Your Tuesday morning meetings, they were a saving grace. I think that is the piece that we sometimes overlook, is the power of a community. So 4.5 years ago, you're still attending that weekly workshop with that community because they helped you through so much, not just weight loss, right? You know, I noticed in all of the workshops I've attended is there is a connection to the people in there. There's even a connection in our group, in the WhysWingman Facebook group. We end up connecting with people because we have something in common. Now, if you notice, we don't spend a lot of time talking about our differences. We spend an awful lot of time talking about our similarities, and that's what binds us and bounds us together. So you think about the perfect storm as you go into a workshop or a meeting. Everybody there has at least one thing in common. And so we expand on that, and we talk about that. And that's why this group that you're still a part of 4.5 years later was able to help you get through some pretty tough times in your life. Because you had that one thing in common to start, and then as you continued to discuss things, you figured out you actually had more in common, and then you just bonded with this incredible group. WW clearly has given you the tools to handle all of these changing events. Not only that, but you understood how to employ them. You understood how to make sure that you became the best version of you. You have you have a great goal of just your why is expanded to this great physical and mental success. Feeling good physically and mentally. Those two things together are unstoppable. So you clearly got this, and through all the heartache and devastation, my heart breaks for you. I want to reach through the microphone and just give you a big old hug and say I'm sorry. I understand a fraction of that pain that you went through, and I understand that now clearer than ever. And so you actually got to the point where you said, you took the time you needed to grieve how you needed to grieve, and then you said, okay, it's now time for me to take a step forward. It's now time for me to take my life back, powered with a very strong why for your children. You went and got it done. So again, keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much for writing in, sharing your story. I know for a fact that it has to help other people going through this exact same scenario or a similar scenario. We have two choices. We can accept defeat or we can fight on. I've chosen to fight on, and I know many others have as well. So again, thank you so much. Out of Stephenville, Texas, and I typed it wrong on the screen here, but out of Stephenville, Texas, Jeff writes in, and he says, howdy, Mike. So he goes, howdy, Mike. It's been a while since I've written to you, but I just wanted to give you an update on my progress. And thank you for all the inspiration you've given me through the podcast and your Connect post. On August 9th, I finally reached my goal with a total loss of 143.8 pounds. And on September 20th, I achieved lifetime. Your common sense approach to the plan, WhysUpSep, experimenting to find what works for me, etc., made a lot of difference for me this time around. I've had success every time I've done WW before, but I didn't have the motivation to stick with it. I was only looking at the how and not the why, and it wasn't sustainable. Thanks to the success I've had this time, I've been rediscovering who I was before my unhealthy relationship with food began, and I'm really liking who I'm becoming. I even had the confidence to step forward at work and demand a shot at a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday maintenance position when it came open. I had been on 12-hour night shifts with a crazy rotation of nights off for over 4 years and had given up all the hope of ever getting anything better. Working in drug and alcohol rehab is hard enough, but with a schedule like that, it can really crush your spirit. Since I began the new position on November 2nd, I've been getting nothing but praise from management, coworkers, even our clients. And I feel much better since my sleep pattern is more consistent. WW truly is about more than just weight loss. I am so glad they rebranded to put the emphasis on wellness in general instead of just focusing on the weight aspect. It makes it easier to stay focused and on track after reaching goal. Thank you for your service to our country and your continued service and dedication to our military personnel and the rest of us who struggle with food and health issues. Jeff out of Texas. Jeff, 143.8 pounds. Say that out loud a couple times. Scream it once or twice. 143.8 pounds. That does not happen by accident. No way, no how can you wake up accidentally, even many months later, 143.8 pounds down. You just can't do it and not still be healthy, right? So congratulations on your amazing success. Congratulations on finally understanding that you're worth it. Congratulations on figuring out that you actually can do this. And so you have to dig into the the why aspect of this. The how alone is great. How to do this, everyone knows that. That's very simple. It's very difficult to find people who don't understand how to lose weight as a basic formula. You understand the formula. You've got to burn more calories than you consume. You got to eat better, all that good stuff. How to lose weight is easy. If you know how or why you're doing it, then working that how becomes your life. And so the two play going hand in hand, but simply focusing on how to do this gets you to the point where it becomes very you can push real hard to get past do some crazy things, I should say, to satisfy the how. But then the problem is once that complacency sets in, then you revert back to your old ways because you feel like you're just kind of putting the how into action, not necessarily changing your life. you've taken this common sense approach that I deliver and say, yeah, okay, let me just do this. Find what works, experiment. You're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. When you're out of points, stop eating points. Learn what that feels like so that you have the confidence to know that you actually can do this. I tell you, I've read this in more than one email. This confidence thing that Jeff talks about, it's incredible the amount of confidence that comes back when we shed a significant amount of weight loss. And when I say significant, I'm not talking about an actual number. I'm talking about significant to you. If you're 15 pounds overweight and you hate every bit of it, then losing 15 pounds is a significant weight loss. If you're 443.8 pounds overweight and you hate every bit of it, well, then that's a significant weight loss as well. So it really becomes relative to your individual journey. But what I have noticed time and time and time again is those who have had success, those who have shed significant weight, instantly get an increased boost in self-esteem. You look better, so you feel better. You feel better so that you act better. And when jobs come open, you apply for them and you know that you are the best person for it. You go after it and you get it. I'm glad to see that your coworkers recognize it, your clients recognize it, senior management has recognized it. We certainly have recognized it. You're awesome. You're doing fantastic work. Losing 143.8 pounds, it's like getting a college degree, right? Put that on your resume. I half joke, but the reality is you doing that is it proves that you're dialed in, focused, and able to just absolutely do whatever it takes to get it done. That's what that proves to them. It proves to everybody that you have that ability to do it. So continue doing everything. And I'm with you. The rebrand has kind of caught me off a little bit. I fully support, I fully agree, I fully understand the wellness concept. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic for those who have gotten to the point where they started getting healthy and then they need that little bit more. I still think there's a community that exists of folks who don't yet know that they want to be healthy. They simply know they want to lose weight, and then as they start losing weight, then the desire to become healthy steps in, and that's where we continue to step in, walk with them, and celebrate. So it's an amazing feeling all around. It's an amazing community. It's an amazing group. Guys like you leading the charge, showing people how to do it, showing people that it can be done, showing people that it's worth it to do, showing people what confidence looks like once you do it. That's what this entire community is about, and that's why we spend every single day celebrating your success. On this show alone, I think we're well over 300 pounds lost on just this one show. Incredible focus. We're well over where healthy lifestyles have just been born, developed, and that's what it's all about. So, Jeff, again, congratulations. Thank you for celebrating with us, and let's get it done. Folks, what is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to FatDag.com, click on the WhysAdvice podcast to send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. I want you to email in your celebrations at onair@fatdag.com because I want you to be absolutely proud of what you're doing. When you're proud of what you're doing, everything changes. The self-esteem goes way up. Diane confirms that on Facebook. The confidence goes way up. Chris says, I have no doubt my weight loss was part of the reason for my job promotion in August. You feel different. When you feel different, you act different. And when you act different, you completely realize that you've changed your life. So that's going to do it for this time. Remember now that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Jen says, celebrating that I found your podcast. Not even a joke. I feel better and stronger today. Thank you. You're very welcome, Jen. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Michelle says, so true. Colleen says, this group helps me keep going. Need 2 more to reach 100 pounds gone. Awesome. Lee says, 3 years since I hit goal. Happens April 20th. Donna says, 244 is in the books. That is absolutely right, for sure. So very, very, very fun. Somewhere in the middle of this, I lost the YouTube stream, so I don't know what's going on there, but I seem to have lost. Let's see if I can get it back. There we go. I got it back. So that's interesting. I just somewhere in the middle of the show, I lost the stream, but looks like it worked just fine. So Ellen says, "Thank you so much. You're welcome." Jessica says, "We are here." Yep, gotcha. Love all the shows this week. Barbara says, "Yep." I told you my commitment. I don't have my planner with me. My commitment, my planner's over there. My commitment is to do a show daily, and so for two reasons. It's me. So I'm bubbling in my brain is bubbling on something I want to talk about. Let's talk about leftovers, right? And table scraps. Table scraps and leftovers is what we should be giving to everybody else. And I say this a little bit, and I haven't fully developed it, so bear with me as I go on a little bit of rant about it. Oh no, hang on. I lost my... Anyway, so I lost the Facebook feed for just a second, so let me see if I can fix that before we get going too far. Anyway, so hopefully it comes back. Anyway, the whole point of all this is that you should get to the point where whatever energy you have, you give to you first, right? You're the first person to take care of. After you've taken care of you, then you certainly do whatever it takes to take care of everybody else. That's what we're talking about when we say leftovers. So whatever energy I have left over, that's what I can put into helping others. Whatever table scraps I have left over, that's what I can give to everybody else to help them. So what happens is you have to make yourself the number one priority. You really, really do. You've got to get to that point where nothing matters but you. And I say that with all love and all due respect. After you matter and you've proven to yourself that you matter, then you take care of your family, and then whatever is left over, you can share. So that's what we need to focus on. And so it's very easy to get into this group and want to help everybody. And then as we try and help everybody, we forget to help ourselves. Not really the intent. So, so that's kind of where, so my goal this year is I want to do a show every single day. So what I've realized with that goal is I've got to make sure that there's leftover. And so I found other things, other ways to find the energy to have some leftovers every night for you guys. And not that you're getting just the leftovers, you're getting the full meal, right? But you get what I'm saying. So that's the deal there. Man, I tell you, I'm incredibly proud of this group. over 300 pounds, probably about 350 by my quick math. Leek, I'm sure, can come up with a much better answer. But 350 pounds in one episode. And it's not all about the weight, right? Did you hear the confidence? Did you hear the health issues that went away? Did you hear the strength and proof? That's what we're doing it. So, man, it's just inspiring. I tell you, I love opening my email. I really do. Every day I open my email, there's many of you guys that write in, and it's just so much fun to read, many of these stories. And the hard part is I can't... I can't get to all of them. I wish I could. I read them all. And I wish I could put them all on the air, but I can't yet. We'll find a way. I'm working on it. But anyway, so it's inspiring to read your stories and to share them with you guys and share them with our community. So Jessica said, I love the rants. That was just a little rant. I don't have a big rant tonight unless someone really pokes me and gets me ranting. That's kind of how the after show happens, right? Is someone makes a comment and all of a sudden it goes zing, and out I go with a rant, whatever I got, you guys get. So very, very, very fun. Very cool. So what else is going on? I got a couple minutes before we wrap up. You saw on the right hand side of your screen, I think it's the right hand side of the screen, the folks who've made financial contributions to the show. Thank you. Thank you for always doing that. One of my goals this year as well is to grow that community to about 500 of you. So, Joni, I saw that, and I think you're in the list. Joni, look for your name. I think you're in here. Let's see if you're in here. Come on. Let's see. Shannon, Robin, and Kelly. I tell you, there's a lot of you, which is really, really fun. But, Joni, so I appreciate that. I really do. You must be in the next group. But cool. Yeah, so so my goal is to grow this to 500, and that helps me significantly prioritize some other things in my life. So Lori says, dang, I'm late cleaning the fridge and time got away. No excuse. Absolutely no excuse for that. The fridge can wait. There is no charm for having a clean refrigerator, right? I do 2 meetings a week. I've never ever been to the point where I said, and so has a clean fridge, and the whole room clapped. Never have I done that. So absolutely no excuse for being late because you were cleaning the fridge. So use that as your what's the word I'm looking for? As your punishment. So very fun. Heather says, do I use a credit card for Patreon? Yeah, it's simply you go into Patreon, or you go into fatdag.com, click on Become a Patron, and then, yes, you just make an automatic monthly contribution. $1 a month is perfect, because that way it gives me a number to work with. So anyway, yes, you certainly can, and it would be converted, I'm sure. Absolutely. Yep. Let's see, Lee says, depends if the refrigerator cleaning was eating the food or removing the junk. Good point. Fair enough. I can agree with that. I agree with that. Very fun. Susan says, you're the best. No, you're the best. Totally, you're the best. This whole community is the best. I get, it blows my mind sometimes, or oftentimes when, I look at, today was like almost 4,600 people in the WhysWingman group. The podcast gets downloaded a little over 10,000 times a day. It baffles me that so many people are coming together with a common goal to get us, to where we need to be. So I'm not the best. This whole entire community is the best. So it's kind of cool. Dina says, I think Lori actually introduced me to FatDag, didn't you? Lori, Joe, I don't know. I hope so. I love it when you guys share. I get on Connect often. I see people tagging me, and I love it when someone says, hey, how does this happen? And they say, oh, follow FatDag or whatever. Very fun. Let's see. Joe says, awesome show for sure. Even though I'm at Lifetime, I could still lose 8 pounds with Dina. We will do it together. I needed this tonight. Well, here it is. It is here. So last night, a couple of you asked about something called the Book of Awesome. We've talked about that before, so let's go back to that. Give me a couple, really quickly. I'm going to ask you for just a couple things that you think need to be documented in the Book of Awesome. We'll do that, and then we'll wrap the show up. But what is awesome about your journey? What is awesome about you? Let's get something written down, shall we? For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I ask you to write down your non-scale victories, things that you're most proud of, things that you're doing right, things that keep you going. And I ask you to write them down, but I know that when I ask you, you don't do it. So I write them down for you, and I put them in this little book. Yep. And then so as I put them in the book, every once in a while we read them. So let's see. Look at this. Karen's still on YouTube. Karen says on March 14th, 2018, tracking daily. I'm at Lifetime. Let's see if I recognize any other names in here from way back. Karen, you're still here. Karen says, no longer do I use chairs with arms. I can't read my own writing. Karen, would you remember what you said on February 27, 2018? It says, no longer chairs with arms. No longer fear chairs with arms? I think that's what that means. See, now I got to get better at writing more clearly. Very fun. And then you guys wrote in the Book of Awesome too, which is we passed the Book of Awesome around at the Indie Ultimate. I think not the Indie Ultimate. It was the one in March in where were we? Up in Detroit. Yep. Let's do this. Let's get Amy's in here. I like that. Amy says. Yep, Karen says, no longer scared of chairs with arms. Yep, I knew what the intent was. I just didn't write it properly. Amy says, I am tracking. Honestly. Meet daily tennis goals. And proud of my commitment to myself. And then today is 1/6/19. So that's what I do. So that's how it works right there. You just kind of get it written down, saying I'm proud of myself. I like it when you're proud of yourself. So I ask you, Amy, to go write it down as well. Yeah, Lisa, just the last part. I'm proud of my commitment to myself. That's almost as good as what Jessica said. Jessica said that 2019 is happening, and then Lisa says, and I'm proud of my commitment to myself. Boom. Does it get any better than that? Does it get any better than that? Let's see. Melissa says working out 5 days a week and actually look forward to it. I like that. I want to get that written in. So what I'll probably do is I'll kind of write some of these in after the show. It makes it a lot easier. It takes me too long to write. We talked about that last time. Let's see. What else is there? Patricia says, join WW 1-11, lifetime 10-30-13. Best thing I ever did. Let's get that one. That was just kind of fun. Michelle is asking me in the meantime, do I have the 2019 international tour scheduled? No. I lost Patricia's comment. Patricia Brooks. Lifetime joined 1-11 lifetime 10-30-13 best thing I ever did. Let's talk about that for just a second, right? Patricia says, joined January 2nd, 2011. Lifetime, October 30th, 2013. Best thing I ever did. She didn't say best thing someone else did for me, right? She said the best thing I ever did. You can't forget that piece. That piece is important. I've changed some of the things that I say a little bit, because I'm always learning on this journey. And so what happens is that, I'm a firm believer that every program out there works. I really am. I don't care if it's keto, paleo, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Weight Watchers, WW, pizza diet. Every single one of them work if you follow the program as described, or modify it in such a way where you like the results you're getting. But the reality is when you say it's the best thing I ever did, what that means is you did it. You've given yourself acknowledgement that you did it. That's the coolest piece ever. Barbara says, when I realized I have to manage my weight management every single day, it helped me not to revert back to old habits. That's exactly it, right? Man, you've got to if you haven't seen my post on managing obesity, I encourage you to go find that. I'm not sure, it's probably on the blog, fatdag.com on the blog. We'll have obesity for the rest of our lives, right? We're always going to suffer from it. Whether we manage it or not is up to us. Heather's asking about the pizza diet. You heard me? Yes, the pizza diet. So here's the pizza diet. I don't know if it's a real thing, but I promise you it would work. If you like pizza and you want to go on the pizza diet, then you can have a slice of pizza for breakfast. And then you can have a slice of pizza for lunch. And you can have a slice of pizza for dinner. You could probably do that for the rest of your life and only that and probably lose weight. It's not much different than the guy that ate McDonald's every single day and lost weight. So you're not going to be healthy. You're not going to like what you look like. You're not going to like what you feel like. But you could probably lose weight because it's basically that is the restriction of calories in moderation, which is going to carry you to goal. This program's significantly different because it lets you allow other different foods, but the reality is that any program out there that restricts your calorie intake and gets you moving more is going to give you success. What happens is many of them don't fit into our lifestyle. You can't go to a wedding, and if you're on the pizza diet, you can't go to a wedding because there's no pizza there generally. Unless you go to, there's some weddings in Indiana maybe where there's a pizza there, right? So good on them. But the reality is that you have to, you got to find something that you can have consistent results, consistent application of. which means you're able to do it more than just 2 days a week. You're able to do it more than 6 days a week. You're able to do it consistently 7 days a week for the rest of your life. That is what long-term success looks like. So that's exactly it. So, all right, I just got the tweet saying Heather did sign up for Patreon, so thank you, Heather, and that tweet went out, so appreciate that for sure. Let's see, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, shall we? I'm ready. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm off tomorrow. For those of you who are here, right, we do a chat on Mondag. Mondag is tomorrow. I am off tomorrow, so we will have a chat from 2 to 3. That chat to control the crowd and to make sure only those really able to get there. We do it for patrons only to get that group really focused and dialed in. If you're part of that group, we'll see you tomorrow at 2. If you're not, I think it's 2, right? I've checked the calendar. I think it's 2. I think it's supposed to be 3 to 4, right? But I think it's 2 tomorrow. I will retweet it. I will check the calendar. Karen, someone go to fatdag.com. Let me do it real quick. Hang on, let's do this. Let's see what. Let's show you what the calendar says. Events calendar. It's not in there. So I will plan it tomorrow. So I need to put that in the calendar for tomorrow because it's not here right here. So I say 3 o'clock. That's the time that we. What does Patreon say? It says. Let's go to there. Let's see. No, I don't want to go there. Let me go to. Where else do I put that? Anyway, I think it's on Patreon, right? Anyway, I will tweet it out. Yeah, I'll tweet it. Dina, if you haven't figured it out, we need to find a way to get you to figure it out. It's relatively easy, believe it or not. I talked Lee through it, right? Lee and I Lee came to me at like 10 minutes before the chat, and we walked him through it really, really, really quickly. So Jessica's 3. Yeah, I think it's 3 to 4. And Karen says, oops, I'm gonna get this back. I lost my. You need my camera back. Let's go. I'm bringing FatDag back. Yep. There he is. Anyway, so 3 to 4 is what I will tweet out as soon as I get this show done. It'll go on the calendar from 3 to 4. So, anyway, that's the deal. Yep. Dina says I can't even figure out Twitter, but you figured this out, and you figured everything else out. You can do it. You can do it. So, all right. Yes, and it's definitely Eastern time. So. All right, on that note, let's wrap this up. You guys, thanks again for being here. Follow Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Connect, LinkedIn, Patreon. More importantly, please, on those platforms, share, tag, like, bring other people into this community. That's what I'm working on this year, in addition to my commitment to you is to do this daily. Your commitment back is to tell the world we're doing it daily. That's what I ask of you. So thank you for all of that. And without further ado, thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for really just making this whole thing happen. You guys are just incredible, every single one of you, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. So without any further ado, have a great night. It's Sunday night. You guys did great through the weekend. Continue this in through the week. You can do this, right? We'll kick off with a show tomorrow. And then maybe we'll get one Tuesday, maybe we'll get one Wednesday. You know, we'll just make it work. That's kind of what we do. The more we do this, the more you stay focused, dialed in, get it done. That's what it's all about. So on that note, let's wrap it up. Thank you for being here. Janice says it's a great show. Jessica says thanks and good night. Gloria, good night. Kathleen, good night. Adina says love my wingman. Very, very fun. Jody says good night. So I wish you good focus. Good night. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Bye-bye.